I love jazz music. I've listened to it, I've studied it, I've paid money to be entertained by it. I even play it on the piano. I've discovered that jazz is something that grows on you. When I started learning the piano at the age of 10, I didn't start by playing jazz standards. I wish. It was more like Mozart's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and a very basic version of Beethoven's Ode to Joy. At that age, I didn't understand jazz. Jazz was grown-up music. It didn't make sense. A lot of the music wasn't written on the page, and I had enough trouble with what was written on the page to fool with making a whole bunch of stuff up and then swinging it. The problem started when I began to love listening to jazz music. My piano practice turned into frustrating attempts to emulate my favorite jazz musicians. You see, they made it sound so easy, like they were just making it up. That can't be too hard, I thought. I quickly learned to get to that stage required a lot of musical knowledge, along with the ability to let go of that knowledge, so the music could just flow out of you. I began playing jazz music when I was in my teens. After a difficult beginning, I started to improve as a jazz musician. I'll never arrive. That's a lifelong journey. One day I decided to take a one-on-one masterclass with one of the best jazz piano players in the country. It was a great session, but it was also a little overwhelming as I watched him demonstrate his techniques. He had amazing chops, as we call them. I must have looked particularly bemused at one stage because he stopped and said to me, "You know, don't let this overwhelm you. Some of the best jazz players in history never had a single lesson in their lives. Take Ray Charles, for example. Music just flows out of him. It was in him when he was born and just had to come out." My jazz piano teacher was telling me about Ray Charles. Music just flows out of him, he said. It was in him when he was born and just had to come out. I thought about that statement a lot. Eventually, for me, it became a metaphor for life. As I watched people around me, I wondered what music God had stored up in them that just has to come out. It's something different for all of us. Some people play the music of encouragement, some of service. Others let the music of empathy flow out of them. There seems to be something unique and special that God has created in all of us to simply flow out if we just nurture it and let it flow. Maybe like playing jazz, it's all about the ability to let go of learned behavior and allow ourselves simply to be who God created us to be. Life, like jazz, is meant to be lived, played, and embraced. What kind of music is inside of you? It is good to praise the Lord and make music to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your love in the morning and your faithfulness at night, to the music of the 10-string lyre and the melody of the harp. You make me glad by your deeds, O Lord. I sing for joy at the work of your hands. How great are your works, O Lord, how profound your thoughts. The righteous will flourish like a palm tree. They'll grow like a cedar of Lebanon, planted in the house of the Lord. They will flourish in the courts of our God. They will still bear fruit in old age. They will stay fresh and green, proclaiming the Lord is upright. He is my rock, and there is no wickedness in him.